Welcome back to the WBL pre-spring training 2044 with the Kabul Bulls, the Cable Guys, as I like to call them. First, we're going to run through the Kabul rotation. Here we start off with Jacob Verbeeren, signed to a $4 million contract for the next couple of years, this year, next year. 30-year-old. These are not normally the kind of numbers you look for in a starting rotation guy. You want more stuff, more movement, but Verbeeren has done really well, man. He does the intangibles well. He's got a good hold runner. Of course, the sacrifice bunt and bunt for hit don't matter in a candy-ass DH league like this one. But 94 to 96 ground ball tendency. He started 15 games last year after starting off 35 games, and he was a reliever for 35 games. Ended up 12-5 with one save for Kabul last year. And he put up pretty decent numbers here, 1.5 WAR. Let's take a look quick, pitching stats. Can we look 20, 40 game? I don't want to see, I don't. Let's see, splits. How about as a starter? View, can I see pitching split? No, that's 2040. Wait a minute, what? Last year. Okay. I want to see as a starter. How do I do that? Game start. Don't know how to do it. Oh, let's don't worry about it. Don't get hung up on it. FIP 4.24. FIP fielding independent pitching. I don't know how that's calculated. To me, it's kind of, I don't know, man. FIP. I know it's. I know some people like Doe really hang their hat on FIP. I don't know it. I don't know the calculation that well. Well, I don't know the calculation for WAR very well either. But WAR seems to be like a, I know it's got offense and defense built into it, and it just seems to be more of a robust number. I don't know about FIP. I don't know how you calculate pitching. I don't know how you calculate what a average defense would have done behind a pitcher. So, anyway, Kabul. This guy's been with Kabul for a very long time. Tehran, Kabul. Wait a minute. Has he always been with that organization? Looks like he has. Okay. Multiple name changes here. He was an all-star in 2037. Wow. So here's a guy doing the opposite of John Smoltz. He starts off as a reliever, becomes a starting pitcher. No, he didn't. He started off as a starter. In the minor leagues, he started. Okay, in the major leagues, he was a reliever. He started a few games in 2039, and now in 2043, he started a few games. This guy's got a nice long history with the organization. I've really come to appreciate these guys who have long histories with the organization. You know, it makes me want to start an offline league and do less trading. You know, maybe make trading harder and focus more on the draft and the minor leagues. I don't know. Anyway, Jacob Verbeeren, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Verbeeren. Where are we at? Good word. Why did we end up in Kodiak? Kodak. Cross. Danny Cross, the number 2 pitcher in the rotation. Good looking. More of a norm view of a starting pitching. Kabul. Cross got some starts last year, the end of last year, I presume, with Kabul in Kabul's rotation. 5 starts at 7.50 ERA, 1.71 WHIP. Who's next? No, why do I keep going to Kodak, man? This ain't no Kodak moment. All right, let's try it this way. Third in the rotation is Chris Nyland. And this looks like a flyer. He's got very low control. He's going to be throwing a lot of walks. And sure enough, his walks, 5 walks per 9 innings, almost as high as his strikeouts per 9. But you know, for Kabul, that's value. Cheap, $750,000 per year. That's not bad. Van Der Esch, Homicide, age 22, young guy, another young guy. Good looking profile for a starting pitcher. He started Major League last year, 4.77 ERA, 1.76 WHIP. Those numbers aren't outstanding numbers, but this BB per 9 is going to drop as his control increases. In fact, I presume his control has increased dramatically since those 3.3 walks per 9 innings. He's a ground ball pitcher, and Howard projects him up into the 3-star range. I like Homicide. He's going to be a fine pitcher, and I hope he stays in the Kabul rotation a nice long time. Pepper Pasquette was a recent call-up as well. He got 3 starts and went 3-0 with a 1.25 ERA and a 0.92 WHIP. These are all-world numbers right there. We'll see if Peppers can keep up with that. He got 3 great pitches here. It's great stuff. His control is projected to be very good, complete game type control. His movement is probably going to be his weakness. Howard projects him as a 4-star pitcher with a 100-mile-an-hour cutter. Actually, that's probably a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, isn't it? His numbers down through the minor leagues look great. Oh, it's fantastic, man. He got him from Amsterdam about this time last year, February of 2043. So he's been in the Kabul system for a year. Nice, man. You know, this is not a bad starting rotation. Amir Leduc, age 24. He is a fine young closer. He doesn't have the high stuff that you normally associate with a closer, but he can go extra innings if he needs to. He's got a lot of stamina. He's got a third pitch. It's pretty lousy, but it's there. Kabul has not used him to start, although in Tehran days he did start. All 5 of his appearances in 2040 were starts. So he wasn't terrible as a starter back then, 1.39 WHIP. And he has grown into his pants a little bit here. And he has got some fine numbers, 1.15 WHIP, 2.64 ERA. Fantastic numbers for Kabul last year. 43 appearances and 44 innings. That's kind of down from the 66 and 69 innings. I wonder if he was hurt. And let's click on injuries. And he was. He blew out his finger for 4 months in August. So he missed the last 2 months of the season. But he is back. Back in black. Hit the sack. Looks like the injury has damaged his control just a little bit, but that's about it. According to Super Mario 9000. Amir Leduc. Kamelier was a free agent acquisition last year, right at the start of spring training. Good looking pitcher, $2.9 million per year, and I'm presuming that's a flat. It is a flat salary, $2.9 per year. It's a nice pickup, listed as closer, and this is the typical. It's a more typical closer profile here, high stuff. I don't know why Leduc is listed as a closer, but okay. Brad Weeks, left-hander, great stuff. His control is his issue. Making $3 million a year, age 30. 4.78 ERA and 1.60 WHIP last year. Not the greatest, you know. But he's been with Kabul now for a year. Mid-February of last year he came across. All right, let's see. Let me run up pitching ratings right here and boom. Greaves, second baseman. What the crap? Why is he a pitcher? He's a pitcher too. Look at this. 55 stuff, 55 movement, 50 control. You need to get Greaves out of the lineup and put him in the pitch. Look at that, 70 slider. So Neanderthal Jeeves, Ask Jeeves, he's a great two-way player here. Collingridge also another. Kabul going after the two-way players. Kent Smith, what's he got? Oh, he's a youngin', 24 years old, still growing into this arm. God, Kabul's got some good prospects coming in. Well, it's Richie Allen, age 28. Takanibu Kitamura. Ooh, he's going to have high walk rate. Well, That is not nearly as high as you would think, is it? 2.7 walks per 9 innings with a 30 control. This guy might be like one of those guys who are so wild that you're afraid to stand up there at the plate. Just go up there and take you 3 swings to get out of there again. 13.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. Man, this is impressive. Kitamura. What else we got? I guess that's it for the pitching. Just hit the high points here. Let's look at potential before I leave that. Boom. Let's go to potential. Is there anybody I passed up? Smith, Allen, yep. Danny Cross. Okay, that'll work. Let's go to the lineups now. Let's go look at the graphical depth chart. Like many of you guys, I don't have this set up to my liking either. I just kind of clicked and let the AI choose. I like to let the AI choose the lineup often, and then kind of see how they're doing, and then I adjust, midway, through the first month or so to get my on-base guys on first. Speed at the top of the lineup and speed and on base, and then the power hitters coming up to drive them home. Typical type of a lineup. But the graphical organization for Moscow looked pretty weird. So see here, Mauro Ortiz, or OSA. Mauro Ortiz. Weird. What do we got? DH, Ivan Ruiz, 26 years old. He can play first base if he has to. He signed for $5.2 million a year. Flat rate, the team option in 2047. This guy, he's got home run written all over him. Look at that. Not as patient at the plate as you would like, but he got 316 for Kabul last year with a 4.3 WAR and 35 home runs, 37 doubles and triples. Nice. I wonder what his ISO is. Let's see. Batting. Expanded. His ISO for last year is 217. Down, actually. Down from 291 ISO. My word. 2 years ago. Wow. Woba 367. Weighted on base average. That is fantastic. That's elite. That's freaking elite, man. Alright, stop. I'm drooling. Stop drooling, dog. Age 26, a fantastic DH. Catcher, Ben Putnam. Good defensive catcher, and not going to hurt you at the plate. He hit 279 for Kabul last year. It looks like a Kabul product from day one. What's his history? Comaine. Yeah, he's been with Kabul, and prior to that, Kabul was called Tehran. So, yeah, Ben Putnam. Who is Putnam's backup? Terry Evans, age 31, journeyman. He was, why do I know this name? Terry Evans. He's been with the Kabul organization forever. Why does this name? Became a minor league free agent. What happened here? He signed a 3-year contract extension for $10.5 million. The next month, that was in October of 2040. In November 2040, became a minor league free agent. February 2041, released by the organization. I understand all this right through here. Somebody was dinkering with something. Don't know what's going on here. Anyway, Terry Evans provides a fine platoon bat, and that looks like exactly his role last year. However, he only hit 190. He underperformed last year. Why is Terry Evans familiar? Don't know. First baseman, Roy Hyde. Hyde has a similar profile to Evans, except he turned it into cash money with a 269 batting average, 312 on base. He knocked 32 dingers, 27 doubles for a 1.5 WAR, and played first base pretty darn well last year. Roy Hyde. I say he played it really darn well. I don't even. I'm guessing, man. I'm just making that shit up. Yeah, 1.1 plus a plus zone rating 1.1, a greater than 1 efficiency, and a 9.30 range factor. He did play it very damn well. Roy Hyde, first baseman, left-hander for Kabul. His backup is Obki van Okizan. Another fine-looking hitter, 22. I'm guessing it's either heir apparent where? First base? Why isn't he in right field? Is he in right field? Oh. He's a utility backup in right field and utility backup at first base. That's a fine utility backup. Neanderthal, second base. Oh, nothing to say about this guy. 313 on the minimum. Call up last year. Joe Kirk playing shortstop. Fine shortstop. Look at that. Second, third, and short. Can he hit? He's age 23. He hasn't quite grown into his plate yet. Oh, I hear the rain. That's what's got Jimmy upset. He hit 297 last year. Nice. He started last year playing in AAA and ended up playing in Kabul in the bigs. Kirk is listed as a third baseman, but fine as a shortstop. King Collingridge, 2A player, is now at third base, playing the hot corner, 242 average last year. Yeah. He has been on the hot seat. He's been on the trade tenders a few times. Chavez, Antonio Chavez, is listed as the utility infielder. Looks like a guy who's all-around good player, not going to hurt you in the infield, the outfield, the upfield, the downfield, everywhere. This guy's going to help you out. He can probably even pitch if you need him to, I'm guessing. He had 234 last year, 286 on-base percentage, and minus 0.8 WAR, but a good defensive replacement. Outfield, Miguel Chavez, Pinto. If Pinto can just stay healthy this year, Kabul's going to make some noise. Outstanding range, outstanding arm from the outfield. You know, this guy's got some value as a center fielder that's not being unlocked yet, I would say. Great speed, although his base running instincts aren't quite what you would like to go with the speed, but still. Speed kills. 336 average last year, 4.5 WAR, despite his injury, which was how long? Oh man, this guy's been injured all the time. 2 to 3 weeks. He was out, 3 or 4 weeks last year? No, 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks. No, good night. He was out for 4 weeks. Came back out for 1 to 2. Came back out for 2 days. Came back out for 2 to 3. That sounds like me. Wow. Pinto. It's only charging 3.5. Man, that's part-time wages right there for a guy like Pinto. You know what? I can help you out with this guy. Wolfman. I'll help you out with him. You know, I know it's a real pain to plan around somebody who's not going to be there every day. We can make a deal. We'll make a deal. Let's make a deal. Okay, if Pinto shows up, he's in right field. Gavril Ashaulov is in center, and I can see why. He's got a great range in center field. Doesn't have quite the arm that Pinto has. Look at this, 1.15. How'd you get this guy so cheap, man? Looks like he hired him. He brought him up through the system. Only hit 227 last year, though, so I guess that's a downside, but I know Kabul is hoping he'll get back up to the 246 range. Finally, left fielder Felix Perez. Prophet. Wow, look at this Prophet. Look at his outfield. Prophet and Pinto. Plays left field well. However, he hit 288 last year with a 351 OBP, but had a negative WAR. Why is that? His fielding must have sucked. Left field Kabul minus 3.2 zone rating. And a 1.59 range factor in left field. That's not great. Maybe he'll grow into that defense a little bit. Maybe he won't. Maybe it won't matter. So we got Prophet, Pinto, and Punching Bag. in the outfield. The 3P outfield right here. PPP. Profit Pinto and punching bag. Opie Von Son. What do you do, Opie? Opie one Canopy. Opie is not a bad utility guy to have. Antonio Chavez. Good. Okay, well that's the those are the position players for Kabul. They got some superstars out there. They got some superstars. Man, they got superstars all over. In the infield and the outfield. On the pitching mound. Kabul's going to be growing into these big shoes here. Yeah, man. What'd they do this offseason? I keep forgetting that. Let me. They signed 4 international free agents. We talked about that. International amateurs, rather. Claimed John Kim off waivers. Is he still on DFA? No. Who's disabled? Nobody. Did I miss John Kim? Did I miss him somewhere? I don't even see him. Don't even see him. Is he down in AAA? Don't see him. I like how Kabul is keeping Wolfman's keeping his farm system trim. 23 guys in AAA, 27 in AA, 28 in single A. Good work with that. Where did John Kim go? Oh, Kabul put him on waivers and he was claimed by Australia. My bad, I'm sorry. I wish I had a backup remove this amount of footage button, but I don't. I have to go into post editing to make that happen. January, December, November. What happened in November? Stocking the farm system a little bit. That's about it. So there were no major trades by no major trades really, unless I missed something here. Kabul has been content to stand pat this offseason. Nice. Okay, well that's Kabul, the Bulls, and thanks for watching. Let's talk about the minor league system right quick. Top prospects: Felix Perez. Profit's already up on the major league roster. Good word. Look at that. 80 power. 80 power. Man, Howard likes this guy even more than OSA does. Look at that. Oof. However, that makes a lot more sense in terms of his fielding ratings. OSA's fielding makes a lot more sense. Who else? Peppers was brought up. Abdul Jalil Hud. It's a Steve McQueen movie, Hud. And David Alcaraz. The top prospects. Let's go to players, minor leagues, and then potential. Yeah. Looks like Kabul has rated his minor league system and brought up the really good guys already. So he'll be looking to restock the farm. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you again with more from the WBL.